Sonny, that's... Dude. Good morning? That sucks, I'm sorry. You okay? God damn, that sucks. Oh, on your way to work too? Oh man. That sucks, my friend. What'd they ding you for? Speeding? I would assume. Oof. That's rough. Anyways, good morning everybody. Good morning stream. Well, we were on our getting started screen there. Sonny let me know that he got pulled over this morning just 20 minutes ago. That sucks. Oh, it sucks a lot. Shite. I think I'm playing with some different things in the background at the moment. So, let's turn this down a little bit. Hold on. Just a bit. So I have some plans to work on some illustration stuff today. Got a bug in my head that hit, and I think I want to change one of the pages that I put together, maybe two. It depends. But there's a couple things I realize I'm gonna see if I can do with our Twitch stream here. But I'm gonna have to do some. I have to do some playing commands. You can view a list of commands. Okay, so we do have. Okay. Yeah, random quote. We do have some weird ones in here. Okay. It's Safari, so we don't need that. Okay, so we do have commands activated in here. Yeah, I thought I got clocked for speeding. Was it something else? Because I was 5 over? Yeah, but 5 over is within the tolerance limit of radar. Rolling stop? Oh, yeah. The rolling stop one I feel is dumb. Shit, I've seen more cops on their cell phones driving around than I've seen people do. I mean, everybody does rolling stops, but I feel like that would be a bigger deal than a rolling stop. You got a warning? Hey, that's all good then. Okay, so I want to set something up real quick. Go over to our assistant cam. There's our assistant for the day. Yeah, it's a win. It's a win for the moment. We'll take it. Let's do a capture. Screen capture. Okay. We don't want that. We want application. We want Firebot. Let's take this and do transform fit screen. Okay. I'm pressing the wrong one. No, I'm doing this right. I believe so. I'm gonna make it so that y'all see what I see. Maybe we'll put it down here. Okay, we'll try that and see what happens when we come to our break time here. We'll see. We'll play with that a little bit. See if it likes it or not. Okay. Yeah, I have been pulled over. I've been pulled over once. I got into one accident once. I guess technically two accidents, but the second one doesn't count because nobody was there and it was out in the forest, and I just ramped my car over top of a rock. So I basically fucked my own shit up. The first one I got pulled over. It was in high school. I was coming home from a yearbook meeting. Go figure, right? Good studios. Good old Tahoe. Anyways, and I had my license. I had gone the allotted time to be able to have passengers in the car. And it was fine. But what we had done is we didn't have enough room seatbelts for everybody. So one person jumped in the back because I had a Jeep, all the way in the backpack. And they were fine back there. But we were driving home and there was a construction zone and there was a cop in front of me, and we could not find for the life of us where it was posted the speed limit that we're supposed to be driving because it was nighttime. And so I was just like, well, sometimes they take down the speed limit signs and then it's okay to drive through the whatever like that. I mean, nobody's working at the moment because it was nighttime. So I was like, okay, maybe we just drive. I was like, oh, good, there's a cop. I'll just follow him at whatever speed he's going. He's got to know what's going on through here. Come to find out, he was actually racing through to go do something and something else. And he did not like that we were following him that whole time through there at that speed. So didn't get a ticket, got a warning and stuff like that. But luckily the passenger in the back, there was a blanket back there, threw the blanket over themselves so they didn't get in trouble for not having a seatbelt for the person in the back. But yeah, he was not too happy with me for that, following like we did at the speed we were doing. Well, they were trying to race around and do something. I was like, I don't know. I'm just a dumb kid trying to get people home. So worked out, but I'm reading the bottom of the citation and it's saying I need to show up to the court. So I'm like, is this standard for these ticket looking things? Because on the bottom it says this is a warning, so I don't think it would apply. That's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to ask Mrs. Tahoe. I think she got a ticket at one point and she had to go down to the courthouse and pay for it. But that wasn't a warning. That was a citation. I don't know. You may have to look into it. I've never experienced that before. If anybody knows, if you get a ticket, but it's a warning citation, do you still have to go down to the courthouse? I feel like there's got to be something, or you have to sign it and send it back or something. Some type of acknowledgement. Yeah, I don't know, Sonny. I haven't had to deal with that yet. Yeah, if anybody's gotten a ticket before or gotten a warning ticket, let me know what has your experience been with that. Sonny just got a ticket 20 minutes ago. Oh, excuse me, 30 minutes ago. I'll rephrase. It wasn't a ticket, it was a warning citation for a rolling stop. Not the same. He's a good boy. Okay. Let's bring up what I was brain dreaming last night. This could be dangerous. Okay, so what I'd come up with, I've got this page here where we've introduced the idea of the box in the beginning part of the book, and kind of alluding to the box party surprise idea. You know, cats really love boxes and stuff like that. So I put this one as a filler, which I'll bring it up for y'all. You can see it. So it's kind of a filler down here where we've got introduction for the first 4 pages, and then this is a few days later, a surprise shows up. So what I was thinking, it just came to me when I was just like, oh, there might be a better way to put something as a change this to be a little box fort, and maybe even coloring on the boxes. I was like, oh, let's make it more like kid-like, that has built a fort out of the boxes, since we've got a whole bunch of boxes in this scene and we've seen him playing in them. Like, maybe this should be more of a scene where he's cobbled them together. Might be a better way to represent that page. So I'm gonna see what I can come up with, maybe a concept for this, change things around. I do like him holding his little mouse, so I think his little mouse needs to be with him in this scene, but we're gonna change it around a little bit. I just sent pictures to a buddy that's a cop elsewhere, and he says no, since it's a warning. Okay, so you don't have to do anything. Okay, that's good to know. Look, you would be prudent to be cautious about any of those stuff, because in the current world and the way things roll, you never know who's going to become knocking at your door and be like, hey, we got a warrant for... They'll be like, oh shit, I didn't do something. So you never know. I think, did I talk about this? I think I might have talked about this on an earlier stream. Dreamer and I she got it on her phone twice. A phone call. They left a voicemail. It was from I'm gonna put this in quotations, supposedly from no, it wasn't a sergeant, it was what did he say he was? A county sheriff, and they were looking for me about some information on a case that they were working, blah blah, if we could give them a call back, yada yada yada. And we thought that was kind of weird and strange. They didn't give any case number. They didn't, they said who they were and gave a name. So it was like, okay, so we did some research first, looked up online, and we found that there was a county sheriff in our area with that name, but he had actually had retired a few years ago, so he wasn't actively working for. So we're like, okay, red flag. Number 2, this is all kind of weird. So instead of calling the phone number back, we actually called the sheriff's department and be like, hey, we got this phone call. They said that they work for you guys. This is his name. Does this sound legit? Do you know anything about it? And they were like, no, it sounds like a scam. If it was an actual officer trying to get a hold of you, whatever, it would be about a case that you've already been a part of or something like that. They would never just like cold call you weirdly like that. And if they did, they would give you the case number, and they would give you a bunch more identification of who they are and what this was referencing rather than that. Otherwise, they would probably just come to your house of residence and talk to you about it. It's like, oh, okay, that makes way more sense in the grand scheme of things. Something that important, they needed it. So it's like, okay, so it's gotta be a scam. And then we get another phone call, same guy, same voice, everything like that. He was asking about where Dreamer was and wanting to talk to them. There's another voicemail. And we're like, okay, this is definitely a weirdo scam that's happening. So that was at the beginning of the year. Yeah, beginning of the year. So it was kind of weird, scary thing, but we were like, okay, I think we did our due diligence on those things. We double checked with the proper people. They seemed to think it was bunk and weird and everything else. So that's fine. Come to this week, and the little news thing we follow on Instagram did a report on it that there was a huge influx of those calls going to residents all across Reno, Sparks area, and that there were people getting duped into thinking this was either a sheriff or state trooper or even a federal trooper that was trying to find them, or something like they had unpaid tickets or whatever it was that they were trying to falsify or get you scared about, so that you would go do something for them. But they had tricked a couple people into thinking that they had to pay a fee or fine or something like that. And I think one lady, there was like a warrant or something, so she was going to go pay a bail bonds person to help get this figured out. And the person on the phone was like, no, you have to go to this gas station with this cryptocurrency machine and put the money in there. It's like, but there's a lot of elderly people and they don't know. So lady was all scared, couldn't figure it out, was able to get, I think they wanted like $5,000 or something like that, crazy amount. Went to the place and was struggling and whatever, trying to go to the machine, and luckily whoever was working at the place at that time, I don't know if it was the owner or whoever it was, but walked over to her and told her, hey, don't put the phone down, don't talk to the person anymore, don't put any money into the machine. That they had already seen like 10 people that day that had come in trying to do the exact same thing. So it was a wild scam that really, really hit hard and took they tried a lot of different people and stuff like that. So for anybody know, this area is predominantly older folks. There's a lot of older folks that live here, so like it's rife with or it's perfect conditions to try to scam people. But yeah, they did a good number on some folks and almost got away with some good money. So I'm not saying be skeptical about anything. I'm just saying be careful out there. Do your due diligence, double check all of the stuff. Like I said, we looked up the county sheriff's phone number and called their dispatch and asked about the person and the phone call and stuff like that, because if if it was a true thing, they probably either would have known about it or been able to put us in the place to connect with said person. So being able to recognize some of that stuff and picking steps to go through and double check all of this stuff. Just be careful out there. I know there's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of new scams, especially with AI stealing voices and stuff like that, and pretending to be things and not being those things. So just be careful. Cautionary tale. There you go. Okay, so let's get rid of this for the moment. Our wording is good. You know what? I'm gonna do something else. Hold on. Not that. I'm gonna go ahead and close number 8. I'm gonna make a duplicate of it first. Duplicate. Okay, there we go. Now we can play on this one and it doesn't matter. So that, let's just get rid of the shadows for now. Let's get rid of this. That's our guides. That's that. That. Okay. Let's move these out of the way at the moment. There. Okay, cool. So we move some stuff out of the way. If we were going to make a box for it, what type of box for it would we make? Would we just make a plain? Would we just tip a box on its side and have him playing in it? Or should we have it be like a little castle style? I think the castle style would be something cool, but... Hey, thank you, Sunny, for subscribing at tier 3. I appreciate that. For 9 months, dang. You're getting there. 3 more months and it'll be a year. Thank you, my friend, I appreciate that. I really do appreciate the support because I wasn't sure how doing streams like this were going to go and if I was going to be able to use it to help support my project that I'm working on these books and stuff like that. So it's awesome. It's like, I don't know how to explain the feeling that I have that I'm just like, I get to breathe a little bit of, not a sigh of relief, just a, I don't know, just a little bit clearer, a little bit more like, gives you that good, like, okay, this is cool. I like this. Somebody believes in me. You believe in me, Sonny. You believe. It's just nice. It's a great feeling, and I appreciate it. So thank you, my friend. Let's grab this. What if we did... I wonder, can I... Okay, so I have to make a custom one for this, which is fine. I thought maybe I could use part of these. I have a fun idea that I think might work for this. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm building this on the wrong layer. That's okay. That's okay. Copy. Let's get rid of those are words. This might be a 2-stream setup for this one. What it might be. A little silly here. Let's do. Okay, put a stroke around that. 0.25 is fine. Let's go with that one. Just for now, because we're playing with it. Hey, it's an Anya. Anya Forge. I love Anya. Such a fun series. I can't believe they left us on a cliffhanger for this season. I want to know what happens. Okay, so we had a little fun with that. Let's build. Let's see. We want to do. Pick up that color. Let's just make it flat though. It's fine. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, let's make that a little offcut there. Let's make that shorter. Okay, let's make this darker. Let's bring it to the front. Let's put that one to the back. Okay, so this is the idea. I want to make it look like cardboard. Is the idea. I'm gonna do that. Might have to do a custom on that one. Whatever this is, put it on that one. Okay, cool. Let's group that together. Trying to decide if I want to build him like a little castle. Like we could have a lot of fun with the scene that I didn't do on the first go round. I could put the crown. Oh yeah, maybe I'll put the crown on him. Okay. I might make a little better one, but yeah, I think we can have some fun with this idea. So we're working with the idea that he's playing in the boxes is the whole idea. Those ones go that way. Let's grab this one instead. Okay. There we go. We'll make a mini like little drawbridge type thing here. I want to build. I have an idea. So if this is the kind of the layout that I'm going for here, go ahead and pull this back down. A few days later. Okay, so I have to be careful because if I'm going to build some more stuff on top of these, I need to make sure that these are out of the way. Okay, so I don't think I want to do... Well, we'll leave the question mark for now. Let's go that. Underneath. Let's go here. We'll gray out the... There we go. A little bit better. I'll have to put a frame around it or shadow around it like these do. This one's kind of like the bottom one, but something. Oh, maybe I'll do... I do it like this. I can actually go out. Yeah, let's do something like that. Darken it up a little bit. There we go. Kind of looks like a little... Or may even like put little cut marks in it so that it looks like a little drawbridge style. I had made... I wonder if I still have it. I have the little tapes here. I think I brought that over. Yeah, okay. So I have little pieces of tape, so I can tape things together now. That's what I was thinking for. Copy. So the nice thing about what I've got going on, or what I've done with books and stuff like that, is that since I'm doing all of this self-publishing on my own, doing the illustrating on my own, I kind of really get to choose the timing that I want to do stuff. So we can look at what I've got put together here, what I've done so far, all the work that we've done on the books. And like yesterday I was just like, cool, I'm not doing any more changes to, or not yesterday, but like over the weekend, up until yesterday when I came up with this brilliant idea, I was like, I don't need to change any more pages. Everything looks great. I think I'm good with that. And I'm still working on the book blurb for the back of the cover and thinking about what I want to put on there and how it relates. It popped into my head this page that I was like, oh, you know what? I could play with a little bit more because of the way I'm doing this wording on this blurb. I was like, maybe I should change that. So, but I have time and I have access to be able to do a lot of this stuff, which is the cool part of being able to do self-publishing and illustrating and stuff like this, is that I get to choose the deadlines. I get to choose, a lot of the different things and make it work out the way I would like it to work out. It's a little bit more, I wouldn't say hectic, It's a little different because than say a traditional whatever. Even though it's nice to be able to move my deadlines and stuff around, I don't have as much of the backing behind it as a traditional publisher would have. To be able to get it into stores and things like that, that's all legwork that I have to do, which is fine. Just makes it a little bit different. Come on, come on. Roll down. Yeesh. I want to do that. Everything comes with its benefits and its pros and cons, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. There we go. Made him a little cardboard sword. Because he's imaginating. He's working on playing and having fun. Those boxes are fun. Maybe I have an idea. Okay, this is all by itself. Is this already connected? Yes, okay. Go and get rid of that. There we go. Question is, do I want to move his hand? Nope, I think I like it the other way better. Yeah, I like that better. Could hide one of these birds in here too. I already have them here. Okay, so the question would be, which one do we move? Do we move the red bird? Do we move the blue bird? Which one would be better? Got a yellow bird over here, but we don't really need him. use him a lot for other things, so no, we're not going to use that. Even though that might be smart to use Brendan. His name is Brendan, by the way. Brendan Bird. Oh, I deleted something else out of the background. I shouldn't have. Yes, the green. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that. Can we more efficiently? There we go. It's kind of going to be cut a little bit. Down here. Don't need this. Do need that though. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Do need that. Leave. How am I gonna pick this guy up? I really don't need to keep any of this is the problem. Jesus. Problem is when I pulled this over, I didn't group any of these birds, so now they're all individual little pieces, which does not help. There we go. So, squeezed Tahoe viewers. Oh, that tells me nothing. Possible ban evader? Oh no. I'm sorry, my friend. Okay, so I want to make this a little bit more fun. Debated whether or not to put some, like, drawings and maybe like a castle window or something here. Could even draw them by hand if I wanted to. Let's see, it's this one. Let's see. Let's go with a... Okay, gray. No, let's just go black for now. Okay, cool. That'll work. Let's actually go with that gray for now. Let's go round. I thought there was a 0.3. Okay, yeah, that's smaller. I was thinking classic window like that. Usually like draw little bricks. I'm just doing this really haphazardly just because I want to see what it looks like, if I like it or not. Remember, I'm also drawing this with the mouse too, so it's gonna look extra jank. Yeah, I think that might be fun. We might put a couple little pieces up here, maybe like tape to the top to give it like a little turret feel to the boxes as well. I think that might be fun. Okay, peoples. Let me save this real quick. File, save. We're a little playing here. So we've got about 1 minute until our ad break here. So let's swap over to our assistant cam, see if he's in there. Oh, he is still in there. Okay, so trying something new. We've got the little ad break signed in the bottom right hand corner. So y'all get to see, no, because it's not in real time because you guys are delayed. We'll try it. We'll see how, if I like it, if it works, or how it goes. Because y'all won't get to see it in real time, but that's okay. But yeah, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna walk around, check on the puppers, do some things like that, and then we will come back and we'll keep working on stuff, talking about things. If you have questions, feel free to let me know, and I'll answer them when I get back. But that's the plan. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Okay. Cool. I think that kind of works. I like having it up there. So it will display like ads coming soon or ads, or whatever like that if it's delayed. Otherwise, then the actual banner comes up and covers it and gives us the countdown timer, which was actually right on time. So the two are in alignment with each other, which is nice. So cool. Few things. Welcome back. Second, what do we think about the music? That was a jazzy song. I think we've heard that one before. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like it. So I switched up a couple things in my Spotify that changes how the random setting works. So before it was set to try to keep random from repeating certain tracks or repeating the same track over and over again. If you've heard me talk about it before, the actual random probability, there is a state that says we technically could get the same song over and over and over and over again infinitely. Like that's how random probability works in real probability style. But what we consider as random or shuffle in a normal like playlist or whatever actually isn't. They actually skew it slightly so you don't end up hitting the same either track or something similar to it, kind of depending on what they set up for their systems. But yeah, it will not repeat the same track, so it changes how the math works on it. So I was trying to get a little bit more variety in the playlist since the same songs seem to always come up all the time. And it's got 714 songs with 31 hours of music in it. So like we shouldn't be getting the same stuff as often, at least I thought. Could be wrong on that. Okay, let's do the same thing over here. Draw a little portal. Let's draw little rocks in. Might even have to take like a little crayon, make a crayon and put it on the ground, like really close here. So we're trying to give that idea of that imagination and play. Is the idea. Yeah, something like that. Let's do some playing over here. 2. So that's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. Nope, I did it wrong. Gotta get rid of 1. Oh, no, that's correct. It's like, no, my math is correct. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and do this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So it should be fine. The idea is that some of the illustrations are going to be more detailed and some of them are not going to be as detailed, which is all part of the scenery that we're building here. There we go, something like that. We could probably play with that some more. There, let's put this one down. Yeah, maybe something like that. Kind of really punching up the play here. Okay, so do I want to... Let's take everything, select all. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. I want to take... Oops, I guess I gotta have I have to have a layer to work on. Okay, let's do this, this. Okay. Yeah, let's do something like that, and then we'll put little tape on it. Do I want to pull this color for it? But I want to spin it. Let's go, there we go. Negative, 60, negative. Nope, 120 is too far. 90 is good. Okay, so then we should be able to do the same thing. Copy, paste. But we're gonna make it dark. We're gonna send it behind. Yeah, something like that. That was weird. Let's put 1 point here. Let's bend this in like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, what if we did something like that? And then we grabbed our little tape pieces. Okay, got it over there. These. Yeah, what if we did something fun like that? We'll maybe make another side piece over here. What's up, puppy? Do you need to go outside? Okay, I'm gonna let the puppy out, so I'm gonna switch to our live cam real quick. But I'm gonna do outside so you guys can see, and I'm gonna go let the dog out. I will be right back, real quick. Oops, I blew my nose right in the microphone before I... My bad. Happens. That's okay. Okay, let's do this again here. Do that. Copy, paste, dark, back. We'll do a similar idea. That's not the right place. Go there. I think my favorite part of this process I love sitting down and being able to write out the story, concept out the story ideas, concept out the dialogue, do all of those fun things. And then sit down and starting to envision what the illustrations are going to look like. Like, I'm enjoying. I'm really into this right now. Like this little box for it. This is super exciting to me. I'm having fun. I may not sound like it, but I'm having fun. When I'm quiet, I'm having the most fun. Time flies by when that happens. Anyways, doing all of this kind of stuff is awesome. Is great. Doing the stuff, unfortunately, like writing the blurb for the back of the book and stuff like that, that stuff I find really, really hard. Like trying to break down all of the work that I have done and explain it in a 50 word or 50 or 60 word micro, what they call it, an elevator pitch style. Like that is ridiculously hard to do. And I struggle with it. You guys have watched me work on the blurb for days, and I to be honest with you, I've gone back and rewritten it a couple more times now, and I have like 5 more versions that I've added to my doc of versions that either have come from like a GPT combos, or I looked up a bunch of different like word lists and stuff like that, and I've added more words to our list. Like I'm still in the trenches trying to figure out how to write a 60 word blurb about what this story is and make it impactful and important and have all of the stuff that it needs to have in it. So that is the part that I struggle with the most, and I think, to be honest with you, where I need the most assistance with. Most 90% of the rest of it I can do fairly well, or fairly okay, I'll say. I won't even say well, just fairly okay. Yeah, I like that a lot. Cool. Just copy this, copy paste. That's fun. I like that. I like a Picasso. Now, what would be the best idea to do would be to flop it now. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Do this, get rid of these tapes. Okay, send this to the back. Send this to the back. Take this one. Put it kind of here. Let's squish it down just a little bit. Yeah, do something like that. I would even take these two, copy them. Let's just go and delete that off there. Let's make a new layer down here. This way we can bury these just a little bit. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and change up the color a little bit here. Something like that instead. What the heck? Why is that set to text? That was weird. Yeah, I kind of like that. Hey, thank you, Bryce, for lurking. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. So, I like this so much better already. That. Let's see, select all, make sure there's no other hidden ones. There's not, that's good. Okay, so the shadow needs to come up a little bit. So let's separate this. Copy, delete. That needs to go underneath the shadows. Paste. Perfect. And then we need one more shadow for our character. Okay. And then what we do is double check to make sure I did this right. We are at a multiply 100 at that gray. So if we combine these, multiply 100, okay, great, perfect. Okay, there's that. I don't know. What do we think? Do we think I went off reservation for this? We think this is better? I think this is more fun. I had more fun putting this together, but... let me try... I could put a little shield or something over here too. Let's export this out real quick. Export as. Let's put that on the desktop though. PNG. Okay. Let's go ahead and save this real quick. I don't think we need 6 anymore. Let's save that. Okay, that's all our story stuff. Bed. Yeah, I think it's better. I could actually make it a little bit bigger, fill up that space a little bit more too. A little bird poking his head in up there is funny. Okay, so let's make that a little bit bigger. Let's fix some of this. Okay, bird needs to go back behind the glass. Perfect. So we need to select. Okay, so we don't need that. Actually, you know what? Let's bring that back. Let's bring that to the front. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of the glasses. Let's put the book kind of flopped over there. That's fine. That'll fill it in a little bit. Okay, so we need to select everything. Okay, select all. Part of this could go off the page too. Okay, better, he's bigger. Let's go ahead and save that again. We're gonna export it back to the desktop again. Throw it in here, shits and giggles. Let's just embed it. I gotta move the question mark. The question mark didn't move. That's just fine. Okay. A couple other things need to be adjustments for that. One of which was the question mark. Question idea. We have him doing his little what? He's like acknowledging that that's there. We have it so many places. No, we're gonna leave the question mark. That's fine. The other thing I needed to do was shadows. Let's see. Let's multiply on that. Multiply. So that's gonna need a little guy. And then our little book over here is gonna need one. Something like that. Yeah, I'm kind of digging that. Kind of digging that a little bit. So we can look at this with the trim view. Let's just go to 100%. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think I probably will work on the these little castle wall drawings. I mean, I don't mind them being like super rough like that. We're introducing a little hand drawnness in there from our character. I can even like pretend to color it in a little bit. Let's select one just in case. There we go. I'm just doing this with a mouse, just easy peasy. I kind of dig it. Got a dip, but we should talk soon about the logo. I think I settled on a name. Sweet, yeah, let me know. Let me know. Have a good afternoon. Let's see. What does the button look like? Do I have it anywhere on here? Yeah, we're definitely gonna do this. Does the button have 4 holes in it? Does it have 3? We'll look at the promo materials real quick. Wrong place. Lost in them. Baby, get lost. Oh no. See, I'm getting lost in the moment. Where is it at? There it is. Okay, it is 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe something like that. I might have to. I'm probably gonna redo it, but. Oh, way off reservation on that one. So now I could just like duplicate the one that's there, just make it slightly bigger, but yeah, let's do that. Let's make it smaller. Should I change his little crown? Should Should I make it brown? I really like this a lot better than it was. I think it fits way better. I think I want to change a couple things here. Maybe not. Might be okay. Let's change. I do want to change his crown just to see what it would look like. That's like the tape color. Let's do stroke. That's good there. Get darker. Maybe not that dark. I also want to change the sword a little bit here. I want to make each of those pieces a little bit thicker. Yeah, let's make them a 2. Yeah, better. So, more ideas. That's our little building stuff. I could put the little button. I could put the little button drawing on his crown instead. King buttons. It would almost need to be the same size, thickness. Oops. Pull it around like a crazy person. So we can't go 1. We will put 2.5. Let's look at the trim view real quick. Which one do I like better? don't think I need that one anymore. Should maybe get rid of that now. Okay, so we have to move. Let's do this here. Oh, is that my dog barking? Hold on for a second. She had to go to the vet yesterday and get 3 shots. She took it like a champ. She did try to hide under the chair at one point, which is abnormal for her. That was a new one. As an experience I never had with her before. She's really good at the vet. She was a little scared this time. We want circular. We want to be center. We want. That's like perpetual. Interesting. So this needs to be behind him. Okay, so we need to move some stuff around. All of this on this side. Copy. Go ahead and delete that. That's fine. Paste. There we go. Okay, I think that's better. Do you want to change? These aren't exactly the same. Even though they are the same, we're going to change them up. And if they're not, oh, I thought about doing like a piece of tape between them. I don't think I'm going to do that though. Okay, there we go. I got to decide which one of these. I could leave both of these buttons drawings on there. Let's see. Those ones. Make that bigger. You know how we were talking about credit limits a few weeks ago? Credit limits on credit cards? I think that was when Ghost Guy was here, right? Is that what we were talking about? I just got a big bump. That's what happens when you pay your bills. There's like, let's give them some more credit so they can drown themselves in more debt. $12.2K limit. Nice. Not predatory at all. I think I want to make this a... Make it a gradient? Everything else is a gradient, except for that one. Let's go. None of that is correct. Let's put that. Okay, so I have to select it. Can I pull one of these down into here? No. That's not what I wanted. That is definitely not what I wanted. I'm like, geez, I'm never going to try to hit that. No. And that's the funny part is like a lot of people get in trouble because they're like, oh, I've got money. And then they run out and they buy, big TVs or put a bunch of stuff on a credit card that they'll never pay down. That's the scary part. It's a thing that I was trying to, I tried to tell my kids and understand some of those things. Is like, if you, as much as they don't want you to, like as soon as you get the thing for it, for the credit card, like paid off, like I go through and pay off mine all the time. Like I don't let it get too high, because we lived like that for a long time. When we were in college and stuff like that, we lived by paying the minimums and stuff like that, and it was fine. It definitely cost us more in the long run, but it's definitely not, it's not maintainable in that way, because you will reach a point where you won't be able to keep that up anymore. It will catch up at some point. So, but like, so I can't remember where I saw it, but they were talking about for your kids, and as far as credit cards go, when I set this up for my kids, because I wanted to make sure, actually I need to do this with my daughter this year because she's just old enough, not only get them a bank account once they are able to get their own bank account and set them up that way so they have a debit card and stuff like that, but if you have a credit card, you can actually add dependents, or you can add people with their name to your card, so they actually get credit towards paying bills and doing things like that too. So stuff like that is really, really good and helpful as well. So like a kid can't get a credit card on their own, but you can put their name on a credit card and then it's associated and all of that. Okay, I want to change this. That color? No. That color? No. Maybe that color? Definitely not that one. Maybe back here? Oh, not that one. Oh, it switched it to a... Nope, it's solid. I think I want a little bit more gray in that. I'm going to do that, and I think the internal color needs to be a little bit more gray. Yeah, like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, credit is one of those weird things. The other one that trips me up is equity. Equity seems like a scam to me. I get what it is. I understand that, like my house, we bought it for a certain price and now it's worth more money than it was before. But that doesn't mean free money in that way. That means that if you sold your house, you would get that money. And anytime somebody's just like, oh, you can borrow that money or take that money and do things with this, it's like, no, you will end up having to put that somewhere or take that out of somewhere else at some point down the line. It's not free money, it's future money is what it is, or potential money. So it always feels like a weird gamble when it comes to those things. Like my house is worth way more than we purchased it for when we bought it during the crash. And we could turn around and we could sell it for a shit ton of money, but we also then have to turn around and buy a house for the same price with that money. So it's kind of a wash in that way. Actually, we'll end up losing because if we sold this house, got a whole bunch of money for it, turned around, bought this house again, we would be putting the same money back into it and then having a higher mortgage payment every month. So it really is I sell when it's high and I buy when it's low scenario. So it's rolling the dice for sure. Like it's gambling is what it is. You're taking a risk to see whether or not it's going to pay off and you're going to end up with a bunch of cash left over, essentially. So that's a little too risky for my blood in a lot of ways. So unless you were going to had some definitive way to invest it to try to make money from it. But there are a lot of people that do that take a house like this and when it's worth a bunch of money, they'll sell it. And then they'll either move to an apartment, which is way smaller, the cheaper. Typically, this is where they used to move into an apartment for a few years, save up the money, either invest it or do whatever like that, and then come out the other side and then buy a new house with much more money. Rent prices are more than mortgage right now, so that one's a hard one. But the other idea is that people buy in one state that's really high, and then they move to a state that's really low. So then they buy a bigger house for much less in a smaller community further, usually closer to the middle of the country kind of thing. So like there's always potential. Money is one of those weird things that I unfortunately have to play around with it and try to understand it and stuff like that, but money kind of sucks. It's just, yeah. Money is money. Okay, before I get too far about talking about money and stuff like that, let's go ahead and save this. I'm sure King Buttons here will give us a little bit of money. I'm sure that trickles down, right? He'll give us some. Look at his wonderful castle that he has built here. Hey, thank you, Sonny. Thank you for the save.
Sonny_Ruth says save your work.
Appreciates that. Yeah, I think I like this version of the illustration way better than I like the first version of it. I think this was definitely a big improvement. A wild idea that popped in my head that was just like, you know what? Because I kind of wanted to do something similar to something like this when I first was like, oh, I should do a box. I think I even talked about putting it on page number 6. But I like the progression of this where he's got this box with the peanuts in it, and then it's emptied, so he plays. And then there's a whole bunch of boxes, and he's playing in this one. And then the next one will be him really going into like, oh, I can really imaginate and do all kinds of cool stuff here. So in this one. And then he gets the mysterious new box, and he's like, wait a minute. This one's weird. This one's different. All right, let's swap over to our assistant cam. Oh, assistant's not there. Okay. Must be off getting some water. We'll go to our outside cam for the moment. We'll see how this setup works now that we've got a different... Yeah, see where it starts in 20 seconds. So you guys get to see when this is coming, and then if it pauses, then you get to see that too. So this might work. I might kind of like this, so... but we're going to take a break for a minute. Probably do a little bit of stretching on my own here in between. And then we'll come back after the break, figure out our little stuff, and then roll up for the afternoon. So, yeah, see, starts in soon. I like that setup, so. Oh, thank you, Sonny, for the big stretch.
Sonny_Ruth says big stretch.
Hey. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. It went right over top of the other one, and the timer's running down, so. Yeah, I think that works pretty good. So that's just me capturing the information from my Firebot. Because my Firebot has that on the screen. So simple. I'll have to ask Jerf because he has a different way. He uses a different type of bot for his streams, not Firebot. And I'll have to ask him what he has something similar, but it's customizable. Where mine, I'm just capturing the screen from Firebot. So I'll have to look and see. I'll have to ask him what his system sets up on his Windows computer, and then see if Firebot has something similar. See if I can make it official. Oh man, good stretches. Maybe we'll do a few dips here. Dip, potato chip. Dip, dip, potato chip. Dip, potato chip. There we go. Oh, oh snap. Crackle. No pops. Okay. Oh. How's your day going otherwise, Sonny? I know you had a run-in with the popo this morning, but work going okay? But running with the law, yeah, you're a wanted man now. Because I'm a pirate? Yes, that's exactly right. You're getting in trouble in space, and you're getting in trouble on Earth in reality. I mean, I'm not a pirate. Yeah, that's right. I don't know any pirates at all. No pirates at all. I've never met a pirate in my lifetime. Wouldn't even know what they look like at all. Couldn't even point you in the right direction of a pirate. Hee hee hee. Yeah, there we go. And then we're back from our break and all that's good. They look like Jack Sparrow. Oh, Captain Jack Sparrow. Why is all the rum gone? I love Jack Sparrow. That was a good character. I think he did a really good job. Johnny Depp did a good job on the character. Too bad that kind of got fucked up as they try to make more and more and more. What happens? We gotta end it sometimes. It's can't last and go on forever. It's okay. It's okay to be done sometime. Cool. I think we did it. I think we did a good job today on this one. I'm actually fairly pleased with how this turned out. I wasn't quite sure. Like, I had a good vision in my head, and I was like, oh yeah, no, this is gonna be really cool. But I just wasn't sure. I was just like, can I make it work? If I use a bunch of the same stuff, is that not necessarily cheating, but it's like, am I just duplicating things too many times? But I think that's a much better improvement over what we had comparatively. It's way more fun. And definitely fits better with our box, because then we have box party stuff happening all the way until we get to the new one. Then we shift out of that for the second half. Yeah, I think that's better. We'll run it by Dreamer and see what she thinks, and then go from there. I got a couple things. I think I might want to put like a pen or a pencil down, like he was drawing on the stuff here. Maybe something like that. But other than that, I think we did pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and save that one. Thinking. Bam. Cool. Yeah. I think we will call it a day right here. We did complete our assistant of the month last month for Sora. So Patch is our new assistant. I don't think he's... I don't actually know where he's at. He ran off somewhere. He's not in his little sleepy bed, so. But yeah, if you are joining us in our channel here, and you are collecting points for watching the streams, thank you for watching, for one. Two, if you would like to take those points and put them towards getting our assistant Patch a special treat, like Sunny just did not too long ago, you can watch our streams and then donate those to our special treat for Assistant Patch. We have a goal of 30,000. We currently have, look at that, 500 raised in our goal here, which is, what percentage is that now? We are at 1%. So yeah, that's a fun thing we can do. Other option is if you have ideas on things that we can put into the channel here that you would like to see, even if it's some kind of redemption, please let me know. I would be happy to look into it and see if I can implement some other cool, fun stuff. You can use our feature. You can either throw it in chat, or we also have a suggestion box, which costs like 10 buttons, and it actually sends the message to my Discord for me to see. So I actually have a list of all of the Discord suggestions that get thrown out there. So that's an option for you as well. Otherwise, you can head over to tahoeanime.com. There is a form at the bottom of the website there if you'd like to ask questions about book stuff, illustrations, author writing, just about anything that we've got in here. You can also send those questions to there as well. So yeah, I don't have a definitive way to end the stream. I just kind of ramble on about things at the moment, but I kind of like it that way. I kind of like that it's just kind of flowy, natural, no production. Oh, we got a suggestion. Tahoe gets another pet so he can add to his cast. Oh my lord.
Suggestion box, inbox emoji.
It's been a conversation of late. It definitely has been. It definitely has been. This is Tahoe's Jones, and she's getting worried about Patch. Let's just say he is 20 years old, and Dreamer is just like, she's thinking about it. She's just like, I might want a kitten if he's gone at some day. He's gonna live forever, but at the same time, we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. I don't know. Nobody knows. Hey, look at that. I heart animals. Yeah, she does. The thing is like, if we had a big enough place, she would have a menagerie of animals just all over the place. If we could buy a strip of land and be able to house and keep and rescue animals, and have the money for all of that, Dreamer would do that for sure. Shoot, if it came down to it and it worked out, I would do live streams of all the animals that we were taking care of and rescuing, stuff like that. That'd be a thing to do. People do it on here all the time and do fairly well, so you never know. But never say no to an idea, but can't always guarantee right away that the idea is going to run through. But you and your cat gifts, get out of here. All right, Sonny, I gotta get off. I gotta go do some other things for the day. But thank you for coming in. Thank you for subscribing again. I do appreciate that. Like, I can't put into words how appreciative I am that you come by and watch every day, even while you're working. I do appreciate that very, 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 very much. So thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I'm going to keep saying it. So, all right, I am out of here. I will be back on Friday. I will have more stuff to work on. Hopefully we'll have a new social media post going out on Thursday. I say hopefully. I am going to have one. I'm not 100% sure what it's going to look like yet. We'll see. We'll see what I'm going to talk about this week. I don't know. But have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody. bye.